Tangled Hearts, Part 2, Bridges of Connection. Emma couldn't stop thinking about her brief encounter with Liam Hayes. His piercing green eyes and guarded demeanor were unlike anyone she'd ever met. Something about him intrigued her, a mystery she couldn't shake. Back in her tiny apartment, surrounded by photos of her work, Emma sat down with her laptop. She uploaded the day's pictures but found her mind wandering. Why did he seem so closed off? What was he hiding? Meanwhile, Liam tried to push thoughts of Emma out of his mind. He had too much on his plate to entertain the distraction of a chance encounter. But no matter how much he focused on work, her image lingered. There was something about her, something genuine that he wasn't used to. That evening, he attended a charity gala hosted by his company. The event was filled with New York's elite, a crowd Liam had learned to navigate with ease. Yet, amidst the glamour and small talk, he found himself restless. And then, as fate would have it, Emma walked in. Emma wasn't supposed to be there. She had been hired to photograph the event at the last minute, a gig she couldn't afford to refuse. As she entered the grand ballroom, her camera in hand, she scanned the room for potential shots. Her heart skipped a beat when she saw him, Liam Hayes, standing near the stage, looking as sharp as ever. For a moment, Emma debated leaving. What were the odds of running into him again? But then she reminded herself she was here to do a job. As Emma moved through the crowd, snapping pictures of smiling faces and clinking glasses, Liam noticed her. Their eyes met, and for a brief second, the world seemed to pause. Liam made his way over to her, his expression unreadable. "We meet again," he said, his voice steady but softer than before. Emma managed a nervous smile. "Looks like it. Photographer by day, gala attendee by night," he teased, a rare hint of humor in his tone. Emma laughed, her nerves easing. "Actually, I'm working. What about you? Do you always attend events like this?" Liam shrugged. "Part of the job. I host these things, but I'm not particularly fond of them." Their conversation flowed naturally, surprising both of them. Emma found herself opening up about her passion for photography, her struggles to make it in the city, and her dream of traveling the world. Liam listened intently, his usual guardedness slipping away. For the first time in a long while, Liam felt like he could let his walls down. Emma's honesty and warmth were disarming, and he found himself sharing more than he intended. His love for architecture, his late-night drives to clear his mind, and his desire for something more meaningful than his fast-paced corporate life. As the night wore on, their connection deepened. They exchanged numbers, an unspoken promise to see each other again. But as Emma left the gala, her heart full of excitement, Liam's mind was clouded with doubt. Could he let someone like Emma into his life, a life filled with complications and past wounds? And so, while Emma saw their meeting as the start of something beautiful, Liam saw it as a crossroad. Would their paths continue to intertwine, or would Liam's fears drive them apart? Only time would tell. Tangled Hearts, Part 3, Threads of Doubt. Emma couldn't stop smiling after the gala. For the first time in months, she felt a spark of something new, hope. Liam Hayes, the enigmatic man who seemed so out of reach, had revealed a side of himself that intrigued her even more. As she sat in her small apartment editing the photos from the event, her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number appeared. "Liam, I hope you got some good shots last night. Let me know if I made it into any." Emma chuckled to herself, typing a quick reply. "Emma, you'll have to wait and see. Photographers have their secrets." What followed was a series of light-hearted exchanges that made Emma feel as though she had known Liam for much longer. On the other hand, Liam's mind was torn. He had promised himself he wouldn't let anyone in, not after what had happened years ago. But there was something about Emma, her authenticity, her passion, that made him question his resolve. Thinking about her again, his sister, Claire, teased as she walked into his office. Liam frowned. "What are you talking about?" Claire raised an eyebrow. "You've been staring at your phone for the past 5 minutes. Let me guess, it's about the photographer from the gala." Liam sighed, knowing Claire wouldn't drop the subject. "Her name's Emma. And," Claire prodded, sitting across from him. "And nothing. She's just different," Liam admitted. Claire smiled knowingly. You deserve to let someone in, Liam. Not everyone's going to hurt you. Her words lingered in Liam's mind long after she left. Later that week, Emma and Liam decided to meet for coffee. Emma suggested a cozy little cafe tucked away in a quiet corner of the city, a place where she often went to escape the chaos. When Liam arrived, he noticed how at ease Emma seemed in the simple surroundings. Her world was so different from his, yet it felt strangely comforting. As they talked, Emma shared stories of her childhood, her struggles to pursue photography, and her dreams of capturing the world through her lens. Liam listened intently, occasionally sharing snippets of his own life, though he avoided certain topics. At one point, Emma asked, "What made you choose architecture? It seems so grounded, compared to the fast-paced world you're in now." Liam hesitated. "I've always loved creating things, building something that lasts. But somewhere along the way, I got caught up in everything else. Success, expectations, and, well, life." Emma nodded, sensing there was more to his story but not wanting to push him. "Maybe it's time to find your way back to what you love," she suggested gently. As their meetings became more frequent, Emma found herself falling for Liam. But she couldn't shake the feeling that he was holding back, that there was a part of him he wasn't ready to share. One evening, after a particularly long conversation, Liam opened up a little more. "There's a reason I keep my distance," he admitted. "I've been burned before, by someone I trusted. It's hard to let that go." Emma reached for his hand. Her eyes filled with understanding. "I'm not here to hurt you, Liam. But I also can't make you trust me. That's something you have to decide." Liam felt a surge of emotions. Fear, hope, and something he hadn't felt in a long time, a sense of belonging. But as he walked Emma home that night, his phone buzzed with a call. It was from someone he hadn't spoken to in years. "Liam," the voice on the other end said, cold and familiar. "We need to talk." Liam's heart sank. He knew that the past he had tried so hard to bury was about to resurface, threatening everything he had begun to build with Emma. Would Liam face his past, or would it drive a wedge between him and Emma?